I'm still Brick Road, that's still Zero, and this is still Mega Man X4. In the last video, we destroyed a giant evil robotic bird, so in this one I thought I'd mix things up a bit and destroy a giant evil robotic bird. First things first, I suppose, get a load of how the weird Capcom voice actor guy pronounces the Maverick's name. Yeah, I don't know what an owl is. I wonder if it's some kind of distant relative to the Kuwanger or the Yamark. So here we have the Air Force, yet another in the string of relatively straightforward X4 stages. This one is jam-packed with artillery and is suspended above a bottomless pit, so while you want to move through it quickly so as to avoid sustaining a lot of damage, you have to pay considerable attention to where you put your feet as well. Again, this is a situation where Zero's double jump really comes in handy. Also featured in this stage is the Eagle ride armor, which, well, is lacking both a useful slashing maneuver and a double jump. Actually, I tend to find this particular ride armor too cumbersome to bother with, so I just like to use it as a damage shield and then abandon it before it explodes on me. Fare thee well, ride armor. If it looks like my play in this stage is sloppier than it has been, that's because it very likely is. There aren't a lot of safe spots in this level, and over the years I've never developed a very good path to get through it. It's too easy to get into situations like this one where you're mobbed by bad guys and there's no easy way out. The temptation to just say screw it and rush blindly forward while soaking up damage can be difficult to resist. Oh look, I wasn't able to resist it. Ah well, at least my health will get refilled at the midway point. The second half of the Air Force is Laser and Spike Town. After a way too long section of pretty much nothing, you want to make sure Zero is all the way up against the destructible wall so the reach on his saber takes out the laser firing eyeball on the other side. You get about a second to take out an eyeball before it fires, and if you're good, you can take out both of the ones over the bed of spikes in a single jump. As you can see, I wasn't that good. Ah well. The spiked hole in the ceiling that I just passed up is the path to one of X's armor capsules, but Zero has no way to get up there by any means I'm aware of. X needs to use his lightning web to create temporary walls, which he can then climb up to reach the capsule, making it one of the few items in the game that not only is hidden, but also requires a sub-weapon to collect. In other news, Zero just wrecked probably the easiest mid-boss in the game. Good work, Zero. All that's left now is Storm Owl himself, but to talk about Storm Owl, you first have to talk about Reku Hoha. You've probably noticed that Zero now has a weapon meter alongside his life bar. This measures the only one of his techniques that actually uses weapon energy, and as you can see, he only gets 4 shots of it. Unfortunately, Storm Owl takes more than 4 shots of Reku Hoha to kill. Ideally, you want to nail Owl with a Giga attack and then follow up with a hit from the saber as he retreats from the screen, but the awkward platform in the middle of the battlefield makes this a difficult prospect at best. Because Reku Hoha is Zero's only energy-consuming weapon, it is literally the only thing his weapon tank is good for. But because it's also his Giga attack, he can recharge it by sustaining damage. So while it's generally not a good idea to let Owl hit you on purpose, any damage you happen to take over the course of the fight actually helps you more than him. Which is a good thing, because, again, the platform in the middle of the screen makes dodging most of Owl's attacks a pain in the hind end. If you show up on Owl's doorstep with 2 full meters, you can count on 6 Reku Hohas over the course of the fight. That's actually the bulk of his health right there, so all it boils down to is whether or not you can land those few choice saber hits without trading your whole health meter away in the bargain. Outside of Peacock, Owl is probably my worst fight, so I always like to make sure I have Reku Hoha before I face him. There is a method to dodging his attacks that essentially means making that center platform work for you rather than against you. But why bother learning it? Giga attack for the win. Zero's new saber technique is Tenkuha, which makes his sword pink. And that's all for this episode. Catch you next time.